Jamaica homes, and joins to say why only 20% of homes are insured, 95% are underinsured. What are the consequences and how to fix this massive problem? Good afternoon, Dean.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Thanks for having me on your show.
Pleasure to have you. Talk to us. 20% of the homes in Jamaica are insured, 95% are underinsured. What are the consequences of this?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that this isn't a housing shortage story.
Yes.
It's more of a risk distribution story.
Yes.
You're probably going to ask me, what does that mean? Well, the issue isn't just how many homes we have. It's who is protected.
Yes.
And when something goes wrong, and right now, most people aren't protected. So that is the theme. That is the story.
Yes.
How do we get by this? Well, government really needs to act more aggressively. And this is just some of my thoughts. I think that some efforts do exist, honestly, but the scale of the issue requires coordinated system-level reform.
Yes.
That hasn't fully materialized yet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are some of these reforms that are necessary?
Well, first of all, it's coming back to the table, really. It's meeting with the people in the industry. It's working through what can be done, first of all, because, let's say as well, this reflects a well-known issue in the insurance market globally as well. Policies exist, but insured values often lag behind actual rebuilding costs.
Yes.
And just to frame this as well, when I came back home a long while ago, but I sold one of my property that I had back home. I sold it in 2021, right?
Yeah.
It was a 4-bedroom property, and I was paying, I was paying the equivalent of around 10,000 JMD per calendar month.
Yes.
My 4-bedroom home in Jamaica, when I went to insure that under, I'm not going to say the insurance name, but I insured that the premium was 262,200 per year. That worked out to a premium of 34,000 Jamaican per month.
Yes.
You see the significant difference.
Yes.
Yeah, that 69% increase. So basically, I paid that for a while, and I'll be honest, I stopped paying it because I was thinking, hang on a second. And I underinsured, right? And I said, let me just keep some money away for a rainy day.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, this is the common thing that returnees are doing. And we're returnees, where some people will consider that we have a bit more because we've worked abroad, we've come back with British pounds, right? But it's a common problem spread throughout returning residents, throughout the diaspora, and through the Jamaican population. So it needs, as I've mentioned, it needs reform at a very high level in this country because it is a problem and it's going to continue as well.
Okay,
and,
go ahead.
The issue for me is it will and it is affecting investment because unmanaged risk undermines confidence in the market, especially for the diaspora buyers and investors, right? As I said, what the solution is. But if the next major hurricane was to hit now, we're going to have another mass losses, slow recovery, and a widening gap between those who can rebuild and those who can't. Because at the lower level, we know that most people don't have insurance unless you're forced to because you've gotten a mortgage from one of the banks and they require you. That's a mandated thing. But after, people usually drop off and they don't have insurance.
True.
So it's a problem, and everybody's carrying risk right now, and it's major. It affects the country as a whole as well.
Yes.
So, if anything, I think that I've maybe simplified the issue because the reality on the ground is often worse than when you look at the informal housing and post-disaster recovery that we're going through right now.
Yes.
And because it's not just an insurance issue, it's also tied to income levels, land titling, construction practices need to be looked at across and access to finance. That's a key thing too.
Okay, so it's a comprehensive mix of reforms that we need.
Absolutely. And dare I say, I know this wasn't about insurance in general, but lots of the diaspora, they come back here, the returning residents, a lot of them are uninsured because of policies, even for life insurance. I've looked at those quite closely, and they are exponential. They're expensive.
Okay.
One or two can afford it, but largely people cannot. And that's a problem across the board as well. Going back to local, the local people in the local market, regular hardworking Jamaicans, whether they're middle class or lower class. And so, it needs to be looked at a governmental level.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dean.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. It was a pleasure. That was Dean Jones, founder of Jamaica Homes, talking about the only 20% of the country's homes are insured.